Hi there, we're here at Cisco Live Barcelona 2020 and we're talking collaboration. So collaboration has had a massive feature right across the show. We saw it in the keynote, and for me it's one of the favorite things and favorite topics to talk about because it's technology that you actually can get your hands on, touch and feel, and it changes the way that people work, live, play and learn. So collaboration, specifically workplace transformation, gets more and more focus all the time, and that's especially relevant now more than ever because there are 5 different generations of people in the workforce. So this needs people who are solutions that are flexible, minimum constraints, smarter options, and through from things like meetings, things like contact center, especially with the focus on customer experience. And so with that, of course, we need IT to be secure, we need it to be reliable, we need it to be scalable, and that's why there are so many customers here at Cisco Live Barcelona taking a look at some of the solutions and getting to understand some of the WebEx portfolio a little bit further. So to see this all in action, let's take a look at this really short video all about collaboration and how it's helping transform the workplace in Singapore.
We just saw how Cisco is transforming our own workplaces with the example of the beautiful new office in Singapore. Let me tell you, our office in Düsseldorf was just transformed and it is now a beautiful place to work. Transforming the workplace is a part of empowering teams to do the best work that they can, which is one of the ways that Cisco helps our customers and also a key pillar of Cisco's overall strategy. So we want to talk about this topic a little bit more, and I'm joined by a great guest, Scott Edwards, who's a Senior Director of Collaboration Solutions Marketing at Cisco. Hi Scott, thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks David, thanks for having us. And I love that video that we just saw on the Singapore transformation. You know, we're hearing that a lot from our customers that they need to transform for sure.
Absolutely. So talk to me about some of the new things that Cisco is doing to enable these frictionless work experiences.
Yeah, you know, and just going back to the workplace transformation, and it's all about people. You know, we're seeing more and more that companies need to innovate, they feel that pressure to innovate, but they look at collaboration as the tool to enable that. And sometimes the collaboration experiences between those employees as well as the customers aren't very good. You have to be able to empower the employees to have a fantastic frictionless experience when they communicate with each other. And that's what you see as part of that Cisco Singapore office. They looked at the work styles, they worked at the workspaces, and then how they integrate, how they work with the tool sets they work with to make sure that they can transform and be stronger and better at what they do.
Well, I hope I get a chance to check it out in person. Unfortunately, don't get over to Singapore that often. Just a couple of months ago, Cisco introduced this concept of a single collaboration platform and the benefits that brings to IT and the users. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that looks like and how it works and why it's important for customers to know?
Yeah, we talked about the single platform advantage and why that's important. Again, how people communicate and how they work with the tools and with each other. You know, it used to be that IT had to stitch together a variety of different applications, right? Calling and messaging and meeting applications. That's friction, that's a hard thing. And they had a hard and not a very good experience when they would interact with those tools. With this idea and the concept of the single platform advantage, we're stitching together all that technology so it's a seamless experience for the user. So no matter where I work throughout the day, right? If I start my day in the coffee shop, if I move to a home office, if I go into work, it should be the exact same experience. And you think about it from an IT perspective, they want to be able to manage everything from a single spot and a single location. That's critical. Now, what we do with the WebEx Control Hub is we enable that. And I'd like to show you exactly kind of how that works in the control hub of managing it all together. So here's an overview of our control hub. And what you see here is, as I mentioned, you get to see messaging, I get to see team collaboration, I get to see calling, I get to see my hybrid services, whether I'm on-prem or in the cloud, and the integration between that. I get to see all the different devices. It's all right here in the collaboration, in the Cisco WebEx Control Hub, so I can see it all in one place. I can dive in to understand and get a better sense of, if there's an issue, what's wrong. I can troubleshoot and identify what the issue is with the devices or the users, all right here in the Control Hub.
Amazing. So thanks for that great insight on what WebEx Control Hub can do. It looks like there's a lot of green check marks on there, so
it's all going well. Yeah,
everything going well. Awesome. So earlier you talked about the importance of security and collaboration.
Yes.
I think security a lot in the past was much of a siloed topic, but it's definitely now pervasive across all types of technologies that you deploy. Compliance and security are huge topics, have been big topics this week as well. How do you ensure that in this open world where everyone needs to be able to collaborate with each other?
I mean, everyone knows Cisco is built for security. From the ground up, security is our #1 focus point. And we have to make sure that happens. We call it collaboration without compromise. We don't compromise simplicity or ease of use just to make that happen. We have to have security as a single point. You see this right here in the Control Hub, where I can come into settings and I can ensure all my security policies right here, how I want to have every collaboration with my team, outside my team, if I'm doing external communications, how I can whitelist certain domains so I can accept communications from those. All the different devices, I mean, it just goes on and on. All my cognitive intelligence AI collaboration, I can set policies for those right here.
Perfect. And cognitive, great keyword, because we do want to move on to that topic now. Let's wander over here, because I think we've got another demo that we want to show.
We do. So we're gonna wander, right?
So Cisco's been investing heavily in this area, cognitive collaboration. How does it fit within this unified platform that we're offering?
It fits big, right? So we look at this as part of a key differentiator for us. Cognitive collaboration is something that brings intelligence into the platform. So let's walk around right here. We're going to go over into this booth. It's busy. It's a busy booth here. So that's what happens when you're on live TV.
Yep.
And I'm going to ask Maureen. We're going to start this right now. So let's talk about cognitive collaboration. It is something that we want to provide insights into every element of the platform that I talked about before. And we can then pull a bunch of insight and intelligence into that, from that, and understand how we deliver the right information to the right people at the right time.
And I hear there's some new things that you guys have announced with cognitive collaboration. Can you tell us a bit more about what those are, and maybe if you've got something to show us, then that'd be awesome as well.
Yeah, so that's why we wanted to walk over here, right? So here we are at the WebEx Meetings booth. And one of the things that we've announced this week is the integration of Voicea into our WebEx platform. Notice I said platform, because it's not just into WebEx Meetings, it's into a variety of elements into our platform, including the contact center. What Voicea does is extremely powerful, okay? So here I am, I'm in a meeting, right? And I'm going to be talking, you and I are going to be talking, I'm going to pretend like I'm on a phone in that meeting, and here we're having a conversation. And what you see on the screen right over here is that
it's writing down what you're saying.
It's writing down, it's real-time transcription that is happening right here on our WebEx Meetings. Now that sounds cool and that sounds impressive, and it is. But there might be things like, I want to take an action item, so I'll say, okay, WebEx, and you see our little icon, we'll wake up. Okay, WebEx, take an action item to send David the presentation. Okay, so captures all this, and that's rich details. And what you can see, this is happening in real time right here. And then I can go over and I can see the highlights of the meetings. I can see action items that have happened and so forth. And then after the meeting, I can come over into my personal meeting room, and here I can see all the different highlights that happened, the different action items, and then I can share that with the people afterwards. So it's a pretty powerful tool.
Amazing. It looks like we need that kind of thing for our broadcast, so hard of hearing people can join in as well. I think that's all we've got time for, unfortunately, but thank you so much for being on the show, and I think we're heading back over to the studio with Nish. Nish, are you there for us?
I'm here for you, David. Thank you so much for that. It was really interesting. So many things stood out to me. I noted one single platform for collaboration and collaboration without compromise. That was really great to hear. And do you know what I find really funny, actually, is I'm here with a lot of my different teammates. We work in a virtual team, so we're based in all different countries. My manager's in Spain, my colleagues are in the US and Switzerland. We see each other here at Cisco Live a couple of times every year, and it feels like we're always working together and we're never apart. So I love that. The collaboration is that great that you don't even realize that you're collaborating with technology. It feels like you're there in person. Zane, now you're out in the world of solutions. You're going to tell us a little bit more about Contact Center, right?
I'm indeed, Nish. Thanks very much. We're back here in the Collaboration Centre, but now we're speaking all about Contact Center. And I'm here with Kurt May. Kurt is going to tell us a little bit about Contact Center. But first, Kurt, introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Kurt May. I'm a business development manager with the Contact Center business unit. Welcome to Barcelona.
Fantastic, Kurt. So, Kurt, look, we know this is an exciting space for Cisco. A lot's happening around Contact Center at the moment. Can you give us a lowdown?
Sure, yeah, really a great, exciting time with Contact Center for Cisco. Made a couple announcements this week. Probably the biggest thing is there's been an enormous amount of investments, with Cisco fairly recently. Two major announcements around Cloud Cherry, or what's being called WebEx Experience Management, kind of bridging the gap between customer experience and customer servicing. And then, of course, you probably heard some other things earlier about Voicea. So where it was a WebEx Teams application, there's an enormous amount of applicability in the contact center. That ability to get transcripts, leverage that information, make contact centers more efficient has been absolutely excited. We haven't seen some investments in a while, so we're seeing it now. It's all about the cloud-delivered services, and it's all about business outcomes and the customer experience, so it's really, really exciting.
It is exciting. Now, I heard you mention the cloud there. Tell us more about how Cisco really helping our customers move to the cloud. What are we doing in this area?
And that's great. So another announcement this week that we made, of course, we have a multi-tenant public cloud offering, WebEx Contact Center. This week we announced WebEx Contact Center Enterprise. So this is a solution designed for our largest customers that have very complex, high security, highly scalable, require an enormous amount of flexibility. It's foundationally the same as our premise-based product, Contact Center Enterprise, but it's basically being brought into the cloud, inside of Cisco data centers that we own. We operate it for them. So we've taken all the drudgery associated with racking and stacking servers, building applications, building the information itself, and then really putting the power back into the customers and to our partner communities around delivering on applications, business outcomes, and really meeting the requirements that we're being told on a regular basis. They want to be out of the infrastructure business, so it's about moving to the cloud. And then with programs like Flex, we make it extremely easy for customers to start on premise, move to the cloud. It's absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic, Kurt. And look, it's really, really exciting. I'm super excited to see what's going to happen next in this space. Last thing before we go, what are you doing tonight? I heard there's a party on.
I heard there's a party going on, so I'm going to get my finest on and ready to go. So it should be a lot of fun. I have no idea who's performing, but that's half the fun.
I think he's looking good already. What do you think? Thanks very much for your time, Kurt.
Thanks, Ed.
So guys, look, we're going to head back into the studio where Nish is waiting on us.
Thanks, Zane. That was really interesting to hear from you and from David and the people that you're speaking to. Sounds like a really great platform that we've launched. Obviously, we're talking about it all being one single platform, but it's great to see it actually in the world of solutions, see all the demos, and see people wandering around, actually touching our technology, trying it out. Loved seeing the live transcription that we had. And I actually can't wait to get home because I'm excited to try out some of these features myself. So even I'm learning things at the show where I'm here, speaking to people, interviewing them, seeing all the demos, which is great. So this morning, actually, Zane and I, we ran over and snuck into the world of solutions a little bit early with our staff badges, and we were speaking to a guy called Brian, and he was showing us the Panorama endpoint. So actually getting to experience that, I think it's one of only a few in the world as we're starting to roll them out. And so actually getting the experience, I know Zane's got some really cool selfies. I'm sure he's going to be sharing those with CLEUR. Remember, hashtag CLEUR. For now, enjoy the Workplace Transformation Innovation Talk. Stay right there. We'll be back.